flow over me. Clear my eyes that I might see. Spirit flow over you, and know that you are spirit too. We are floating in a spirit wind, never knowing where we'll fall. Carried far from where we began, and that's the beauty of it all. Spirit flow over me. Clear my eyes that I might see. Spirit flow over you, and know that you are spirit too. We alone determine where we stand, back to back or face to face. Everyone will surely take up arms, some to fight, some to embrace. Spirit flow over me. Clear my eyes that I might see. Spirit flow over you, and know that you are spirit too. Spirit flow over me. Clear my eyes that I might see. Spirit flow over you, and know that you are spirit too. And know that you are spirit too. And know that you are spirit too.
You've got to choose love.
Good morning and welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. We're coming to you live from the Inspiration Cafe in Paoli, Pennsylvania. Reverend Mike and I are very happy to welcome you. We're happy that you're here wherever you happen to be in the world and wherever you may be on your own spiritual journey, because we are an inclusive, welcoming, open-hearted, open-minded, loving community that loves walking along with each other and anyone who may choose to join us for this hour of inspiration and music and uplift and fun, prayer and good words. Wherever you are, you're here with us for this hour, and we're so grateful that you are. This is a very precious time for us, our Sunday mornings, where we get to open our hearts and our minds and experience the joy of God expressing itself in and through and as all of us. This beloved community is part of a greater community, a worldwide community, the Centers for Spiritual Living, right?
Absolutely.
And the Centers for Spiritual Living are beautiful blessings in the world. We teach the science of mind principles. We teach the wonderful lessons that we learned from our founder, Ernest Holmes. And so not only are we having a wonderful time speaking and listening and sharing and learning and growing through these lessons here in our own community, but it's a wonderful awareness that all over the world, people are doing the same thing in their own unique ways, because even though we understand that there is a commonality, that there is the truth that we teach, we understand there is a unique way of expressing it in each of our communities. So one of the most wonderful things about our greater community, which is worldwide, the Centers for Spiritual Living, is that we have some intentions, we have visions, we have some desires that we are ready to bring about in our world. And one of the most important things that we came up with many years ago as an entire worldwide community was that we are here for this reason. Are you ready to say it with us? Awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Wow, can't miss you, huh?
No,
You're real clear, huh? This is good. We also have the realization that we're here for a very special reason. That as this creative, intelligent life, which we call God, whatever you choose to call it, it is universal, it is eternal, it is real. That it is indeed intelligent, it is indeed creative, and each of us was created from it. And so we are co-creators with this wonderful divine life. So we understand that we're here very much on purpose, and this is what we are all about. We are here to co-create a world that works for everyone. Or as we like to say in an expanded version of it, a world that works for all. And it's true. We're a community that laughs together, loves together, cries together, works together. We support each other. And isn't it wonderful to know that even though we may never meet all the other people in the world that are on this same illumined path, that we love them and we support them, and in truth, we're supported by them as well. So we give thanks that in our own community, where we walk our walk and we share it with each other and we lift each other up, that we have our own purpose statement. And if you would like to say it with me and us, it goes like this: living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. And it works because we have spiritual tools that we apply to all imaginable human situations. And it's wonderful, it's workable, and we're grateful for it. Well, we have the Declaration of Principles that Ernest Holmes, our founder, put together nearly 100 years ago when asked, what is it that you folks believe? And so we're taking one of these declarations each Sunday to share it with you and talk a little about it. Which one would you like to share today, Reverend Mike?
Well, we're going to share declaration number 11. Okay. And let me share that with everyone here. We believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God. And we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the impress of our thought and acts upon it.
Wow. Okay, so you're saying that there is something divine everywhere present. Everywhere present. Omnipresent, we could say. And it sounds as though it is all-knowing. We would call that what? Omniscient?
Yes, you are.
And it sounds like it's pretty powerful, right? Mm-hmm. So what would we call it? Omnipotent.
I think an important part to remember too is who is this universal spirit?
It's the divine mind and heart of God itself.
In you, who is that universal spirit?
In you and in me and in all of you. Yay! I love this. I love this declaration. Mm-hmm. And it receives the impress of our thought and it
acts upon it.
That's good news. I think we're going to be talking about that more today, okay? Thanks, Reverend Mike. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
How about we have an opening song now? Addie Watkins, and if you want to sing it, go ahead. It's called We Come Together.
Take a look at the person next to you.
Take a look at the person next to you.
Say, I recognize the God in you.
I recognize the God in you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Feel the love in the sanctuary.
Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We
Thank you, Eddie. Just love that song. Hi, kids. I want to talk to you before you go into the rest of your wonderful day. I understand some of you had sleepovers last night. Are you awake yet? Well, let me speak a little louder. I'm so glad to be with you, and you're precious to me, even though you're not here in person today. I bet you will be next time, and I'm looking forward to that. Okay, kids, do you know that you are made out of star stuff? You've heard that, right? Well, it is literally true. You see, most of the elements in our bodies, your bodies, our bodies, were formed in stars over the course of billions and billions of years and multiple star lifetimes. Let's think about that for a minute, huh? Wow. You know, you're no ordinary kid. You're made out of star stuff. So please remember, the next time you might falsely accuse yourself of not being wonderful, not being smart enough, not whatever, that you truly are amazing. Remind yourself, you are amazing. And not only you, but every other being on this planet is amazing because we're all made out of star stuff. There's a continuity, you see. What began as the Big Bang, it's still a part of us. We are still a part of that original experience. And so we want to remember that there is an infinite intelligence in this universe. Infinite. You can't get any bigger than that. An infinite intelligence in this universe that lives right within you and lives right within me. And it made you out of itself. There wasn't anything else to make it from, just that one wonderful life divine. Intelligent, wise, loving, amazing, creative, and that's who you are. And it gave you and me the same creative ability. Ah, that's a marvelous thing to realize, because sometimes we forget that we are empowered to speak our word, to think our thoughts, to feel our great feelings, and to see something come about in our world because of it. And so we're so grateful that we can notice the direction of our thoughts during the day. And as we do that, we realize that, oh gosh, my thinking, my feeling, the direction of my ideas creates my world. When I remember this, then I'm taking charge of my thoughts and feelings, and I'm choosing something healthy to focus upon, something beautiful, something compassionate, something creative and wise and wonderful. God in you knows exactly what to do to show up in your world as the amazing person that you are. You, my beloveds, each one of you is an unrepeatable miracle. And I love you for it. Have a good Sunday, and let's see you soon, okay? And now, we're going to have some wonderful announcements by our wonderful board president. Come on up, Edie Janik.
Thanks, Dr. Maxine. I like remembering that we're stardust. That's fun. So good morning, everyone. I'm Edie Janik, happy to serve as the board president for the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. Whoa. So I'm really happy to see everybody that came here to the Inspiration Cafe this morning to share your morning with us, start our Sunday off great, and also really happy to those of you that have joined online from all over the country. In fact, you know what? When I looked at some of the details of people that join us on Sundays or follow us, we have people from all over the country. I mean the world. Different countries also following us. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We're happy you're here. A really fun event is coming up, something that really speaks to my heart of unity. It's the Neighbor Fest, and it is The Interfaith Alliance of the Upper Main Line invites you, if you're local here or if you just might be passing through, to come to the Neighbor Fest on Sunday, June 16th. Dr. Maxine and Reverend Mike have participated for nearly 10 years in the Mainline Ministerium, and it's now called the Interfaith Alliance of the Upper Main Line, and love the open-hearted connection they enjoy with clergy from many faith traditions. This event is a wonderful opportunity for us to participate in a larger community-wide celebration of unity in diversity. We will have a table. There'll be tables there. There's going to be food trucks there. Various faith organizations will have their own tables. We'll all be there together, and we'll offer some delightful activities for children and adults. There's going to be live music. And did I mention food trucks? And the food trucks are going to have flavors and food for people of all different tastes. So please come and enjoy meeting our neighbors and spend some time at our table. Stop by and say hello and visit with the other organizations that'll be there as well. It's a great way to spend Father's Day afternoon. So it starts at 3 and goes to 6 p.m. And it's at the Berwyn Primary Shops, 800 Lancaster Avenue in Berwyn. It's free. And did I mention food trucks? All right, so now, see you there. So now I'd like to ask Reverend Mike to come up and talk about his book study group.
Thank you, Edie. Aren't we delighted, honored, and privileged to have Edie with us?
Yes.
You're really amazing. So, anybody here about a textbook or a book called The Science of Mind? Some of you might have. This is the book, and it was written in 1926, and I think that if you started studying it in 1926, you might be through the first few pages so far. If you had any questions about a higher power, if you have any questions about what's life mean, what's your purpose here, how do we live a better life, with some guidance, you'll find it right here in this book. Now, you might say, well, it's not the Bible. Well, for some of us it is. Because what it is a real inspirational teaching. And we're really fortunate to have the opportunity to come together and study and learn it together. And so that's what I do on Saturday mornings, beginning this Saturday. We're going to go through the Science of Mind textbook from cover to cover. And there's no hurry to get through it, but provides an opportunity for everybody to ask questions and to go deep within yourself. There are no grades. There's no homework other than reflecting and studying in your own mind, in your own heart, what you learned and what you read. So invite you. It's free. I don't know if I mentioned that, but something that's important for you to do is to go to our website and register for the class. Because if you haven't registered for the class, it's a Zoom class, you won't be invited. So just so. So I hope you go to register today so you won't forget, and I hope to see you next Saturday morning. Thank you.
Thanks, Reverend Mike. One of the things I love also about The Science of Mind, and particularly this book, is it draws on the truths of various faiths. So there's reflection on some of the items from the Bible and other religions and spiritual practices. So it really does help to apply our philosophy in a practical way and one that's in unity. So our next full moon ceremony will be led by Diane Wilson. It will be held Friday evening, June 21st. A great way to spend a Friday night. 7 to 8 p.m. at the Smethers Beautiful Home in Collegeville. We ask that you register so that you can receive the invitation and we know how many people are coming. We also have Nibbles and New Thought discussion continuing each month. It's the first Monday of every month, and our Nibbles And New Thought, our next one will be Monday, July 1st at 6:30 at TJ's Restaurant in Paoli Village Shops near the Paoli train station. And the quickest way to get all the details and to register for all this fun stuff is to go to our website. Payson, pop it up. Oh, it's there. CSLphilly.org. So you'll just want to use the pop-up box or go to the calendar and find the date with the event, and you can register there as well. But the pop-up box is really easy. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll stick around. We've got a great show for you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Cheryl Macklin, and I am a professional licensed practitioner for the GPCSL. And I want to put a little plug in. Every time I go back and read this, I highlight something else. So I think my book is like completely highlighted, but there's always more to learn, always, especially with Ernest Holmes. Oh, I guess we're leaving it there. And now today I'm going to put a plug in for a small Ernest Holmes book, Creative Mind and Success, but it is one of my favorites. It is rather small, compared to the textbook, but it is jam-packed with all the information that you would need to create, as Reverend Maxine is going to explain later. I also want to speak a little gratitude for DVRs, so those of you who are with us can watch the Phillies game later and fast forward through the commercials. So, on page 37, Ernest Holmes reminds us, always remember this: life is from within outward and never from without inward. You are the center of power in your life. Wow. What else do you need to know? You need to know how to use that power. So the first thing is to realize that since any thought manifests, it necessarily follows that all thought does the same. Else, how should we know that the particular thought we were thinking would be the one that would create? Mind must cast back all or none. Just as the creative power of the soil receives all seeds put into it and at once begins to work upon them, so must mind receive all thought at once and begin to operate upon it. Thus we find that all thought has some power in our lives and over our conditions. We are making our environments by the creative power of our thought. God has created us thus, and we cannot escape it. By conforming our lives and thought to a greater understanding of law, we shall be able to bring into our experiences just what we wish, letting go of all that we do not want to experience and taking in the things that we desire. That sounds pretty awesome. So I'm going to open our celebration with spiritual mind treatment, which I will state in the first person and invite you to take it for yourselves. I am one with this magnificent God, infinitely intelligent, unconditionally loving, the creator of all, expressing as all, expressing as me, expressing as each person here. And I am so grateful to know this. I am so grateful to know that I have that same creative power as God. And we see this creative power expressing in our marvelous celebration today, in our marvelous spiritual community, in our deep connection, and our continuing to learn and grow and evolve together. I am so grateful to be a member of this community, grateful for each person here and each person participating in our celebration today. I'm grateful for Reverend Mike and Dr. Maxine for sharing their wisdom and their knowledge and their love of this teaching and learning. And so, with grateful acceptance for all that is about to happen, that is already a fact in the mind of God, I release my word into the law, knowing that The law only ever says yes. I let it be so, and so it is. And our affirmation today: I delight in the fresh flow of divine ideas through me as I invite Spirit to expand my consciousness into bright and beautiful experiences. And here.
I am listening. I am here. I am listening. I am here. I am listening. I am here. Hear my prayer.
Let's say it again.
I am here. I am listening. I am here. I am listening. I am listening. I am here. Hear my prayer.
And so let's enter into our meditative time. First, by taking a slow, deep breath of the Holy Presence itself. And exhaling that loving presence of Spirit. One more deep breath, holy breath, and feel it circulating throughout your body, bringing fresh new life. And as you exhale, let that divine life just bless all the room around you. And continue breathing naturally and normally and giving thanks that this breath, the prana, the chi, is the life force itself. And as we allow it to circulate through us and through the world, healing takes place and the revelation of truth becomes a reality. So now in this precious place of peace and power, imagine, if you will, no thingness. Nothing. No manifest form. Just a pulsating presence of divine life itself. Not yet formed, but with infinite potential. Longing to manifest its precious life. Longing to behold itself, beholding itself. And so in this no thingness, there is aliveness. There is peace and power, and no form. Now imagine something moving, like the Spirit moving upon the waters. And that great heart's desire within the heart and mind of God beginning to manifest itself in form. In a universe, in universes, in a cosmos. Imagine the movement of planets, stars, and galaxies. bright lights, marvelous movement, dramatic expression of life itself. And God says it is good and is well pleased. And imagine our own planet Earth coming into form. God says it is good and very good. And the seas and the sky and the land, all forming beautifully, all in perfect balance and harmony. Beautiful, exquisite. God says it is good. And the trees and the flowers and the fruits and the vegetables all emerging, beautiful, beautiful flora, and the wonderful animals and the fauna of this world, the fish and the birds and the crawling things. And God says, oh, this is good. And the human race, finally, something that can behold the Creator beholding the creation. And this reciprocal action is infinite love itself in perfect wisdom. And God says, oh, this is very good. And humankind itself, now with the same beautiful, creative, intelligent power, says, life is beautiful. God is good. And all is beautifully well. All is well. Thank God. All is well.
I co-create with God. I fill with power. I am the power God is. I feel the power. I co-create with God. I fill with truth. I am the truth God is. I feel the truth. I co-create with God. I fill with light. I am the light God is. I feel the light. I co-create with God. I fill with love. I am the love God is. I feel the love. I co-create with God. I fill with peace. I am the peace God is. I feel the peace. I feel the peace. I feel the peace. Who lights the stars at night? Who shines the sun? Who lights the stars at night? Who shines the sun? To this one I give my life till my days are done. To this one I give my heart till we merge as one. Who lights the stars at night? Who shines the sun? Who lights the stars at night? Who shines the sun? To this one I give my life till my days are done. To this one I give my heart till we merge as one. Who lights the stars at night? Who shines the sun? Who lights the stars at night? Who shines the sun? To this one I give my life till my days are done. To this one I give my heart till we merge as one. Who lights the stars? Who shines the sun? Who beats my heart? Who is this one? Who lights the stars? Who shines the sun? Who beats my heart? Who is this one? Who is this one? Who lights the stars? Who shines the sun? Who beats my heart? Who is this one? Lights the
That was beautiful. I loved it. Who lights the stars? Who beats my heart? Well, listen, because you'll find out it's the same thing. Well, this month's theme is We Co-Create, and it works well for our year theme, which is a whole new world. we co-create. We're catching on, right? And today we're talking about the creative process in the individual. Here's a quote from Thomas Troward. My mind is a center of divine operation. The divine operation is always for expansion and fuller expression. And this means the production of something beyond what has gone before. Something entirely new, not included in the past experience, though proceeding out of it by an orderly sequence of growth. We love Thomas Troward, his clarity, his orderliness. And he was a great influence, as many of us know, on Ernest Holmes. Taught so much about how this divine law works, how this infinite intelligence in the universe operates in, through, and as each one of us. There is a universal creative principle. Logos, enarche, en hologos, enarche, en Dios. In the beginning was God, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Logos means the divine pattern. There is a divine pattern, as Cheryl shared earlier from another Ernest Holmes writing, that everything begins on the inside and expresses outwardly. That is the natural sequence of intelligent expansion and growth. The Logos is the divine pattern, the Word with a capital W, because it can be an idea as well as a spoken or thought word or written word. And so that divine pattern is what begins everything. Let there be, and there was, and it was good. Let there be, and it is good, because we also call it so. So the self-contemplation of spirit, one of the most wonderful phrases that I learned from Thomas Troward when I was first studying many years ago, the self-contemplation of spirit simply means how spirit thinks within itself and produces out of itself all manifest life, including you and me. Isn't this fabulous? The self-contemplation of spirit. There's nothing else for it to produce from except itself. For there is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is the life of each and every one of us. Say this with me. There's only one life. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is perfect. That life is my life now.
That life is my life now.
Now that's the truth and nothing but the truth. That is the principle on which we rely. And in this self-contemplation of spirit, there's neither time nor space. There's the eternal, powerful moment of now. It is in the now that we do our spiritual work. And it also is very clear that principle is not bound by precedent. One of my favorite sayings of Thomas Troward. Principle is not bound by precedent. We have a principle upon which we rely completely. We speak and it is done. That's the individual's use of the creative process. For the universal creative process is God speaks and it's done. The creative process in the individual is that you speak and it is done. Because you're using the same powerful, beautiful, reliable, dependable, absolutely fabulous law of mind that responds according to our belief. The master teacher Jesus taught that so clearly. It is done unto you according to your belief. Now, our belief isn't always just conscious, is it? Often it's in the subconscious area. And we may say, it's a lovely day, I'm happy, and inside, in the subjective part of our being, we're going, oh yeah, remember how awful yesterday was? Remember what they did and said? That may be lurking, lurking in the subconscious mind. and it's going to expose itself. How? Well, by looking around to see what our conditions and our circumstances are. How do we know what's going on in our entire consciousness, which is not just conscious but subconscious as well? By looking at our world and our conditions. All right, so the principle is not bound by anything. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. As my dear friend Frank Richelieu used to say, yesterday ended last night. That's a really good thing to keep in mind, isn't it? Yesterday ended last night. In other words, I am not going to regurgitate yesterday's challenges. I'm going to start today, right now, using and depending upon this divine principle, which accepts my belief, my true belief, not just my lovely bunches of words. The words are the vehicles that are filled with our deep consciousness, our feeling, our belief, our clear knowing. And so our words are important, but they are the vehicles for what's going on within us in terms of our clear knowing that God is all there is, that my word is powerful, that I am speaking that which is truth, eternally so. Truth on my tongue, as Emma Curtis Hopkins says. Truth on your tongue will always create something beautiful in your world. You see, these universal laws have always existed, but we took a while to figure them out. Well, look at physical laws. It took a while for us to figure out how to float a boat on the water. And these great steamships, well, that's not possible. How can you have something that heavy that doesn't just sink when you put it in the water? Well, it took a lot of very intelligent, bright, creative people to figure out how to design a ship that would sail in the water and not go down to the bottom. And it worked. That law was always there. What about the flying machines, as they were once called when they were in the process of being developed? There weren't a bunch of flying machines up there somewhere waiting for us to discover them. The law of aerodynamics always existed. And so these bright, creative people who were utilizing the creative, intelligent process figured out through the law of aerodynamics, and the Wilbur brothers helped, didn't they? And didn't Jonathan Winters have a skit one time where he was going to jump off the roof and he just scotch taped a bunch of pigeons to both of his arms? In any case, that really did not help. You know, sometimes we go about things foolishly, but they're fun, as long as nobody gets hurt. But the Wilbur brothers and then these bright people who were discovering how to use the laws of aerodynamics figured out how to get a plane flying. And now we have jet engines, and now we have Apollo. We have ships that go to different planets. My goodness, but the law of aerodynamics was always here. It took us to discover it. See, our whole lives as humankind is about discovery, and isn't it wonderful? We get to discover what great things are possible for us. The law of electricity was available even in the days of Moses. Imagine this. He was bringing the children of Israel into freedom. He had brought them out of bondage, walking toward the promised land. All the electricity was there. They could have. It's a good thing they didn't. They never promised land. These laws are immutable. They are universal. We're cutting out. Well, we're cutting right back in. It's what we're doing. Thank you, boys and girls. And thank you, Payson. We have great AV help here. Is this better? Okay, good. All right. So the universal law of cause and effect has always been here. That's how everything came into being, because the creative process in the universe brought and continues to bring everything into being. Infinite intelligence is the starting point. And here's something I want to clear up. There has been an erroneous idea, I believe, over the years that evolution has created greater intelligence. It's the opposite of that. It's just the reverse. The infinite intelligence of this universe is what has brought forth the evolutionary process. Yes? Excuse me just a minute. I get excited when I talk about the creative process. It all begins, the starting point is infinite intelligence. And through the infinite intelligence, the evolutionary process takes place. So spirit must express itself in form. It has to. It has this great desire to express itself, not only to create beautiful cosmos, beautiful forms, planets, worlds, plants, trees, fish, beautiful birds and creatures, human beings that can experience this reciprocity. Can't you imagine as a parent or as an aunt or an uncle or an older brother or sister, you know what it's like to be able to have a conversation, to see someone you love seeing you and relating to you. God needed us. Do you get this? We are this denouement, as Thomas Troward would say, of the great idea of how infinite intelligence can express itself, how there is this reciprocal action now. And we, you and I, are co-creators with the infinite. So as the universal intelligence does its beautiful work, so we utilize this same infinite intelligence. As spirit expresses in form in the mineral, in the animal, in the plant, in human. And what's next? Who knows? We're not done yet. We are still, as my beloved friend says, we are still evoluting right along. And I love that we are. It will never stop. What's next? This reciprocity is the most beautiful thing. We experience it in meditation, don't we? We experience it when we're feeling a God bath. We know how much we are loved, and we know how much we love the divine. And the same thing takes place with infinite intelligence responding to infinite intelligence. Wow. How very satisfying that must be to the Creator. How wonderful. And then for us to be co-creators with the infinite, it's a wonderful thing. The creative principle in you and in me, that's the personal factor. Your word is your wand. It brings about what you pray about. Your word is your wand. Where is it? It's in here. I know it's in here. That's it. You speak, and it is done unto you according to your belief. It begins inside. That's a starting point. Vincent van Gogh said, when he was asked how he did his art, he said, I dream my painting, and then I paint my dream. We are in the process of dreaming, visualizing our individual lives, the life of this beloved community, and the greater world itself. We are in the process of dreaming it, visioning it, and then we'll have the delight of experiencing the external expression of that. We begin with the ideal, as Plato would say, and bring it into the small r, real, so that we see it, weigh it, measure it, and count it. The presence of the divine within us, we often refer to as the Christ, or the Atman, the Buddha, Jehovah. Through Christ, we manifest all things new. All things new. This is the authentic self, the divine in you and in me. And again, principle is not bound by precedent. Never mind what happened yesterday. This is today. It is in this empowering moment that we speak our new truth. What do we desire in our personal lives? What do we desire for our beloved community right here? What do we desire for our greater community, for the world itself? We speak for truth. We speak for wholeness. We speak for compassion. We speak for love, the power of love, and not the love of power. We must all stand tall for the power of love and not let anything unlike that taint our vision. Stand in our truth. Speak it now. Speak from your sacred center. All power on heaven and earth supports and encourages us. This is your now moment. Like Nehemiah, we say, I am doing a great work and I will not come down. Keep your vision in heaven. Let's all keep our vision in heaven. Maintain and deepen our faith in the Christ in us. For you're all beautiful co-creators with the divine. What a wonderful awareness. Let's keep discovering. Everything is here for us. Let's keep opening our minds and our hearts to discover more and more. Will you say with me, God is infinite intelligence. That intelligence is operating through me. God is perfect power. That power is moving through me now. Divine mind creates anew. That mind is creating newness in me now. And so, my beloved ones, beginneth our lesson. Thank you, beloved ones. Thank you, thank you. All right. Now, we're going to have our offertory. Oh, I love the opportunity to give back to the divine what is given to me so fully, so frequently, so continuously. So, as you can see on the screen, there are many ways that you can give your gift to us. And I love giving my gift, which is a portion of what is continuously flowing to me from the divine. I love giving it back to the closest place, the closest point of my spiritual food, which is this beloved community, the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. And so as you choose, however you may decide to share with us, let's speak our affirmation together. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered. So it is. So there.
It's like the air around me. It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me. I am touched by amazing grace, and all I ever wanted and all I ever needed was already there. Closer than the sunlight, nearer than the air. I breathe in, and I am filled with the Spirit. And it is health to my body, it is peace to my mind, it is joy, it is joy to my soul. And I breathe out a simple prayer of thank you. And my breath becomes a song that was singing all along, that is singing everywhere. It is nearer than the air. I breathe in, and I am filled with the Spirit. Oh, it is health to my body, it is peace to my mind, it is joy, it is joy, it is joy, joy to my soul. And I breathe out my simple prayer, thank you. And my breath becomes a song that was singing all along, that is singing everywhere. It is nearer than the air. It's like the air around me. It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me. I am touched by amazing grace. And all I ever wanted and all I ever needed was already there, closer than the sunlight, nearer than the
Thank you so much for joining us today. Those of you right here at the Inspiration Cafe, say hi. Hi. And those of you out there in the world, so glad to have you with us today. You have 2 ministers and 2 practitioners standing here to remind you that you are amazing, made out of star stuff. And so let's give thanks as we go forth today. It's with joy in our hearts and the clarity of knowing that the infinite intelligence of this universe is operating beautifully in, through, and as each one of us as we co-create our worlds beautifully. For this we give thanks, and so it is.
There's one power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. We speak so many languages, different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. And we'll remember once we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus or Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, yeah. One power is what we are. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon, for it's love that's most deep. It's one power. What we are is one. It's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. power of the